Welcome to the Whiskey and Motorcycles YouTube channel. Just starting this channel off. So I've got a XS650 chopper build that I'm just getting ready to start. I'll have a sped up video of me tearing the whole thing down. Just got this frame jig built and completed the other day. I didn't get a video of that, but today the first video is going to be over getting this frame tack welded and then finish welded all the way together. Getting it on the frame jig now, all set up to go. And then once we get it all lined up, we'll weld and record all that for you. And then we'll come back, clean the frame up, get some of that nasty, ugly stuff off there and strip it down. For now, I'm just gonna set the camera off to the side, let you guys kind of watch as I go through doing this. Probably speed up a lot of this process, and if I have anything that I think I should point out, and I'll stop the video and talk to you guys about what I'm doing and why. So anyways, welcome to the Whiskey and Motorcycles channel, and thanks for clicking on the video. Alright, so we got a package from TC Bros today. Open it, show you guys what it is, and explain why and what I'm using it for. By the box, I'm sure some of you guys can guess what it's going to be. So, I have a couple different things in here actually. One of them, as you can see, this is an 18-inch rear wheel, Harley. And in this package here, I have spacers for front end. I'm running on a chopper. This wheel here is going to be going on the Sportster over here. So I did the build, if you can call it a build. I did this parts bolt-on motorcycle here last year. Started in like January or whatever, and didn't work on it for a couple months, and got it done sometime in the summer last year. Just made me like a little dirtster bike, and right now I have underneath that cover, I have a 2010 Softail Custom. I have this 2002 Sportster 1200 and this XS650. I'd love to have a bagger. Just for like trips, or like I love riding a motorcycle anytime I can. So I go to the store a lot. I can't tell you how many times I rode home on my Softail with a 30-pack of beer sitting right here in front of me, stuff like that. But I've never had bags, so I've had grocery bags hanging off the handlebars, you know, just trying to get home. So my whole idea with this bike was to have an ADV Dirtster Sportster where I could strip the bags off of it if I want to in the windshield, and just kind of rip around some dirt roads and have some fun with the, you know, just a Sportster with some dirt tires, a little extra suspension on it. But I can also have, you know, a big luggage rack on the back, extra gasoline, stuff like that. Works out great. I do love to ride it a lot, ride it back and forth to work most of the time, just because I can throw stuff in there if I want, and it's just kind of my daily riding bike. And when I built it, kind of messed up. There's a couple things that I obviously had to modify. You can't run these Brembo front calipers with a wire front wheel, or a spoked front wheel, whatever you call it. Now, I really wanted the Brembo, and I ordered it, and I ordered all these parts months in advance for me actually getting to start to build. So I'd have them all ready to go. Downside of that is you can't return things. So once I figured out it wouldn't work, I didn't know what I was gonna do. It's an expensive caliper. I didn't necessarily want to chop it up, so it took me a long time of contemplating. Finally, I was able to grind just enough down the back. As you can see right there, I need to do a little bit more just to keep from where the spokes rub a couple times. It's not bad. It does clear though right now. It's just if I really get hard on the brakes and the front end kind of does this thing, it does hit. So I'll probably take that off when I do this next project. So I got a 16-inch rear wheel. A lot of people run the 18s because it's easier to get tires for a 21 and an 18 with off-road ADV tires. I love the big block tires, the E804s and the E805s, so I really wanted to run those. And obviously it's easy to find the 21 and the 16. They have one size and it's a lot wider, and I love the look of it, and I thought it was going to fit. I tried to do my math. I was like, oh, it'll clear everything. The one thing I didn't think about was the chain. And when I was putting it together, I just wanted to get it done. I'd already bought a tire. Like I said, I couldn't send it back or nothing. So I just took a little oscillating tool and I just kind of cut the sides of the nub off just so it would clear the chain. Been riding it like that for a while. I now have like a little staple that got right in between the blocks, and I've punctured a hole in the tire. I've wanted to use an 18 on the tire ever since, or 18 wheel on this bike ever since I got it. So I went ahead, and since I want to use a 16 Harley rear wheel for this bike, I have one, and also I'm in Spokane right now. I'm a military member stationed up here. There's a motorcycle expo show going on March 14th to the 16th, and just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna just enter this bike just because I want to go there all weekend. I'll probably have a small table with swap meet stuff. I have some parts up there, takeoffs of the Sportster, some bikes this, and some just extra parts I've had laying around for a while. I want to just kind of get rid of, try to get rid of them quicker than just trying to list everything on Marketplace. I was like, well, if I'm gonna do that, I don't want this bike sitting in there being shown off with some nubs cut off. Like, it just, I was never proud or excited to have that, especially on this side of the bike. It just shows way too much. I want it gone. I'm ready to do it right. So I went ahead and bought the 18-inch tire and got the new wheel for it. So here within this next week, we'll have a video where I'll take that off and go have that wheel mounted up and all that good stuff. I do have the tires and wheels for this bike already as well, so I'll have all those mounted at the same time, and we'll get them all on. But so this is the reason why I've got this new wheel coming in today. Now I'll go over the other packages for the spacers later. Like I said, I'll show you what front end and wheels and the rest of the wheels and stuff like that I'm running on this in another episode. But just to kind of get you spun up on why I'm getting these parts, that's what's going on. Wanted to show you guys real quick. I'm sure there's lots of ways to do this, other methods, but I just showed you a little bit ago how I drilled those holes to do the internal wiring. I mean, I gotta weld all this up. I got a lot to build on this yet before I actually do the wiring, and trying to feed wiring through there, I mean, that could be a pain in the ass a lot of times. So ended up having to take 2 wire hangers. I took my torch, just kind of where they wrap together, took them apart, wrapped them back together, heated them up just enough where they would stay, kind of ground them down the sharp ends. I took them through the top hole, I fed it down, fed it through this tube while I had the option to, and I got it down here, wrapped them around, you know, the bottom frame and around the top tube for now, just to keep them from getting pulled through or whatever. I doubt they will, but that is my option for being able to feed them through later. If for some reason while I'm building they're in my way, I'll cut them off and I can do it the old-fashioned way, but this is my cheater way of doing it. On down the build, when I go to wire it, I'll tell you whether it works or not and how good it worked, as far as, you know, using the hanger versus just having wiring going through. But anyways, keep you updated. I'm gonna keep working on this. I've pretty well got it to where the point now, all I need to do is set the frame exactly where I need it, tighten everything down. I'll tack this thing in. Alright, so I'm gonna wrap this video up. This is a couple days later. I've been working on the frame here and there last few days and just trying to get it cleaned up. Like I said, cutting all this excess stuff out of here. Really just
making it look nice and clean. There's a few imperfections on especially the old part of the frame, so I've added some weld to kind of fill in those holes and gaps to give a nice good clean pipe look. Kind of filling in up here a little bit. All those is probably gonna be covered when we put the seat on there. Just want to make it look as clean as possible. Probably leave the bare welds down here just because we don't really need those to look that clean. Anyways, I'm just gonna work on getting this finished up today, so probably show you guys in the next video what it looks like. Not probably gonna look too much different to you guys in the video. Oh, we also filled in this 4 o'clock hole up here. We'll grind that all down flat and flush that in. But this is gonna be the end of the video, and next one will probably be about this bike here. Like I said earlier, we're swapping that rear wheel out for the 18-inch. So we'll get that 16 off there, get that tire dismounted so we can mount the tire up for the Yamaha. And then after that video, we'll be back into the Yamaha again. We'll get the front end on there, the wheels and tire, back wheel, front wheel, and at least make a little bit of a roller out of it so we can kind of see what we need to do from there. But anyways, I appreciate you guys checking out the first video. Hope you really enjoyed it, and you come back for the second and third and however many else there is.